Welcome to the Kings Pistons post-game show live directly from Golden One Center. The Kings got a much-needed victory, 112-102, in front of the home crowd after a debacle of a loss Tuesday night. Now we can get into that a little bit, but the Kings responded in a very, very positive way. They led from start to finish. They really never let go of the pedal off the gas, and that's the type of result you get when you never let go of that pedal. If you keep going, if you accelerate, you will get good results. I'm with my man E-Man right here, setting up some content. Check out the Buddy Healed. I dream of making the playoffs. Even though I've never been there, I've always dreamed of being there, and that's good enough for me. See, those are the type of positive vibes you want from one of your best players on the team. That is the maturity of this team. It's grown. The atmosphere is great. Buddy mentioned that a couple of times during the post-game interview, and it's just great to see as a media member, as a fan of the Kings. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate the entire interview once that one's posted. We have a couple of other interviews that we did as well, but all in all, great victory. I thought the Pistons were just terrible. No excuse for them. Even though they played last night against the LA Lakers, Blake Griffin did not make the trip. There is so much commotion, and just it seemed, and I tweeted this out, I said, the body language of the Detroit Pistons is really bad. They are officially, I believe, in tank mode. And even though they still have a chance to make the playoffs, if they just get their act together, they should make the playoffs. They have the right talent to make the playoffs. Stanley Johnson, who is and will be a guy the Kings will look at during the offseason, played very well tonight. He had 16 points. I was tweeting that out. He was 5 of 10 from the field, looked good defensively. He looked good offensively. He had, I think Bielitsa got him twice, if I'm not mistaken, on blocks, but he stuck with it. He responded, and he got fouled right after that. He's very strong. He would be a nice pickup for the Kings. Obviously, price matters. Just like Willie Cauley-Stein, he was a number 8 pick in that 2015 class. So you had Willie Cauley-Stein at 6, Stanley Johnson at 8, and Justice Winslow at number 10. So Winslow from Duke, Stanley Johnson from Arizona, Willie Cauley-Stein from Kentucky. So that was 6, 8, and 10. You guys know Stanley and Winslow they've always been linked to the Kings because they play position of need. The Kings need a small forward / power forward that can show the versatility to guard other guys. And the last time I remember Stanley Johnson was in the playoffs against LeBron James when they made it that year, when the Pistons made that 8 seed and the Cavs were the number 1 seed. They gave the Cavs a run for their money. I don't know if you guys recall that, but that was Stanley's welcome to the league moment. He played very well, and he's gone down ever since. So maybe the Kings can get him at a cheap price. Now, I'm not saying the Pistons aren't thinking the same thing, because wing versatility in the NBA is a hot commodity, and you need those type of guys. I was mentioning this to E-Man that he reminds me a little bit of OG Anunoby, where he has that strong, those tree trunk legs, a strong upper body that can contain bigger guys, but is still fast enough to guard most wings. So he will be sorted out this offseason because many people believe he's just in the wrong environment. Sometimes a player is a product of the environment. He may need a change of scenery. There's a reason why he was a number 8 pick in that class, where you had Porzingis, you had Karl-Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Moutier, who has been a disappointment. You had Oubre in that draft. You had Devin Booker in that draft. Just a couple of guys that come to mind. Otto Porter What's up, guys? Just looking at the chat box. And this kind of rumors woke up Willie. I don't believe that's true. I just think Willie sometimes just plays really well and sometimes he doesn't. It has nothing, I can promise you, has nothing to do with Ennis Cantor. I can guarantee you that. Ennis Cantor is not a guy that would push you to your limits, if that makes any sense. Ennis Cantor to me is a very good scorer off your bench on a good team. Now, if he starts, again, it's not what you want. You don't want a Cantor starting for you. You just don't, period. He's not a starting center in the NBA. He is a nice reserve who can get you buckets, but you will suffer defensively. He's not very good defensively. He's atrocious. There's a reason why the New York Knicks have sat him down. Also, guys, I would appreciate you guys if you guys can hit that like button or dislike button, whatever it is, guys, would really help us out. If you guys can help, you can just hit that and follow us on all social media platforms. You guys can follow our Instagram page, our NBA page, Basketball Zone Official. I also want to say that this show is presented by Valley Tire Center. If you guys are looking for good deals on tires, if you guys need a lift on your truck, if you need a brake job, if you need your rotors done, they offer multiple services at great prices. Just tell them that you guys heard about them on the Cowbell Kingdom platforms, and they'll take care of you guys. Promise. ACFest is coming up as well for them, their annual ACFest, and they are giving out 2 pairs of tickets to 2 different Kings games. So make sure and follow Valley Tire Center on Instagram right now and have your notifications on, because at any point they can announce what games and you don't want to miss it. Free tickets in section 106, pretty close to the court. Just awesome seats. Highly, highly recommend them. What's up, guys? Leonie, man, dynamic duel. Love you guys. Appreciate the support, brother. That's Tanvir. Giles and Baggett looked good, really good. Little young dumb mistakes, but still looked good. I agreed. They both played very well. Talked to Giles earlier. He was pretty excited. He told us that, off the record, he should have had 2-3 more blocks. So he's very self-cognizant of that. He's aware that he can play so much better, and that's always great, because some players' biggest issue is they're content with their performance. Any other player, most players would be like, you know what, I played well. I have nothing else to improve on, nothing else to say. But no, he's looking at all the negatives and trying to improve upon them, which is a great sign of a good leader and a future good player on this team. Can I see the YouTube video Barkley said that I'm looking for? Is there a player we compare JJ to? I was on TNT. Otto Porter, Jonathan Isaac. What are you talking about? Jonathan Isaac's on a rookie contract, bro. He ain't going nowhere. Is that what people are complaining about? What do you? National media doesn't care about the Kings, though. Who cares? I'm glad Giles is constantly in the lineup. He just needs mature into his body, and he'll be fine. Shump looked good shooting tonight. Was his finger that bad because he was in slump? Yep. He does have a jam finger. Remember, everyone was saying that trading for Buddy Hield was a mistake. Now he's averaging 20 points a game. But he is pretty damn good. He works hard. We all knew that with time. He is a gym rat. With time, if you consistently put the work in any field, guys. So this is a life lesson. If you put the work in your field and whatever you love doing, it is more likely for you to become good at that than not. Because when you put the work in, you will be rewarded. Hit them likes, man. Hit them likes. I hear Bogdan has a toe issue. So I did not talk to Bogey today. He does though. I didn't talk to Bogey today. I usually do after every game. Did not talk to him today. I would have asked him about it, but E-Man saying, yeah, he does have an issue with the toe. Do you know specifically what it is?
I think it's an toenail.
It's ingrown. Oh no.
It's not for sure.
Okay, so E-Man saying it's not for sure, but he believes it may have something to do with this ingrown toenail, which I can testify to that because I just had mine removed. I was in Cancun for an entire week with an inflamed toe because the nail literally hits your skin so deep, and you need a procedure to get to remove that. And I can tell you guys, it's very painful. I played about 3 weeks, played hard, played basketball very hard with it. And I can't believe I played through it. And I'm sure he's going through that pain. If indeed it's that, if it's that, I can testify and say it is very painful. Not a joke. He needs to get that removed. If that's the case, I don't know to be exact. But if it's that, then definitely I can say it's painful. And it's something that would bother anybody. Oh, what's up, Leo Messi? What's up, baby? Leo, who do you think is the most handsome player on the Kings? Bro, stop. Come on, man. They be asking some strange questions on this chat, bro. We need Enes Kanta. I like how there was a post game on Tuesday. LOL. Yeah, I wasn't doing the post game after that, bro. I was pissed. That question. Go Mexico. Tata Martinez. Go Chicharito. Tata Martinez. El Tata Martinez. Obviously, Costa. How far away from the 8th seed? In terms of what? In terms of actual numbers? A few games. Spurs won again, so that did not help. In terms of reality, well, the Kings need to be better on defense. Tonight, they played a lot better on defense. That's where they need to be at. They need to improve that 28th ranking in points allowed to at least 20th. If you can get to 17th and stay a top 5 team, I've been saying this for like 3 weeks now. If you can get to 17th is the magic number in points allowed, and you continue to be a top 5 team in offense and points scored, you will make the 8th seed guaranteed. Because there needs to be that balance. If you're so extreme on one end where you're a top 5 scoring team, but you allow so many points and you have a negative point differential, you're not going to make the playoffs. That's common sense. If you have a negative point differential, that means you have a losing record or a 500 record, and that's not going to cut it in the West this year. What is the best realistic trade they can make right now? Just tough to say. I think the easiest trade is the one that's been rumored with Enes Kanter for Zebo. I think that's an easy trade to make. I don't know how much that moves the needle for the Kings in terms of making the playoffs. We'll see. It's always difficult to install a big man into your offense because it takes him a little bit longer. So that does concern me. And since he's not very fluid athletically, and it seems like he won't be able to keep up with the pace, then yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Would Canner help us solidify our bench? It just depends on how you view things. Costa is very good defensively. He solidifies a bench defensively in terms of interior defense. And Cantor will help offensively, but he will make you worse defensively. And I just said, if the Kings continue to rank 28th in points allowed, they're not making the playoffs. So how much of that needle, the Kings don't have an issue scoring, period. The Kings have an issue defending. So that's kind of the opposite of what you should be thinking. Barkley said the Kings make the playoffs if they get Cantor.
Oh.
Two people Barkley said interesting. Saquon Barkley. I don't know if that's true or not, but if he said that, well, Charles says a lot of things. Like Charles is very, very, very outspoken and very blunt and very silly sometimes. I don't know if that's, again, to me, it's not enough to move the needle, but he would help offensively. He would help in the rebound department, but he would make the Kings worse defensively. Would Otto Porter help at the Shaq agreed also, though. LOL. Shaq's still part of the Kings organization. He is. He is still a very, very minority owner. He owns a small percentage of the team, Sacramento. But yeah. We should still try and get Jabari Parker and give him a fresh start in Sacramento. That would be good, but now they're requiring a trade. If they would buy him out and then the Kings would be able to offer him a contract, that would be ideal. But yeah, just overall, a lot of guys had good games tonight. It's a nice rebound win. The game on Tuesday where they were up by 21 with no Devin Booker, losing that game really hurt the Kings. But they're so young. They're so inexperienced. They bounced back the right way. Buddy Hill said, are you guys still on that whole Tuesday night? Like, let's get over it, man. I mean, we got a game Saturday. We got a game Monday. We got to take care of business. And they took care of business. I love the mentality. That's what you want. Again, if you guys go to our Instagram page, Twitter page, whatever, Facebook page, you will see Buddy saying, I have dreamed of making the playoffs. If you envision that, if you put that into the world, you put the positive vibes, it will happen. It will happen. Or there is no try to find a nice offer, Skyro. Let me make this very clear. I don't want you guys asking the same questions. You guys should be educated by now because I educate you guys every show. Scal, Frank, Yogi, they don't have trade value. Nobody wants these guys. They're not going to give up a nice asset to get any of these guys. Stop asking those questions. You guys who send DMs asking, what's the next trade? Bro, Vlad doesn't know that yet. I mean, nobody knows that. Period. We can only speculate and assume. But the only guys who have trade value on the Kings is Buddy, Bogey, De'Aaron, and that's it. Nobody else. So stop asking those silly questions. I don't want to talk about that no more. How can the Kings improve? Ask me that. And what area of the game are we looking at? Every time we do film session, we'll do a lot more of those and not feel like doing one today. Those are the type of questions, not can we trade end of the rotation guys? Come on, guys. I mean, you guys should be better about that already. I don't want like little kids, like the mentality of little kids saying, oh, I want to trade you a bad player for a good player. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Does it work for both teams? Ask yourself that. With X team, make that trade. If the answer is no, then don't ask the question. Just because it works on NBA Trade Machine, ESPN, doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Even on 2K, it wouldn't happen because 2K's gotten smarter about those type of things. Where Adam says, where is a Turbo Flamas though? We're at the arena, so they don't give us Turbo Flamas, bro. If we had Turbo Flamas, E-Man would be like just right now. We bought them Turbo Flama Life, not the Hot Tito Life. We bought them Turbo Flama Life, man. You like turbos?
What's that?
The Flamas with the chile limon? The ones I give at the house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, those, yeah.
The salt chips.
Yeah.
If someone has a plug for that, let me know.
Would you play See, that's a good question. Would you play Bagley or Giles at center? I would play both at center right now. Ultimately, Giles to me is a 4. Bagley is the future 5 of this team. Good. See, those are the questions that I want to ask. Do a film session on Shump. He do a lot of little things he gets no stats for. Absolutely. So does Costa Kufis. Those are the things that help teams win games. I was talking to Costa about this after the game. Pretty much said there are so many fans that all they see is if you don't average 20 and 10, you are trash. And a lot of fans, the recreational fans who don't understand the game of basketball, tend to say those type of things. But it's the little things that don't show up in box scores. It's the little things that coaches love: professionalism, showing up to practice, being a great teammate, doing little things like playing defense and holding your guy to 0 points or a couple of points where the previous guy got scored on like 10 straight times and you go in there and do your job. Those are the things that coaches and front office executives and people with basketball knowledge acknowledge. That makes sense. That wasn't a pundit. That was just straight facts. Would it be ideal to trade some players for a first round pick? The only players on this team who have value in front of the eyes of other executives is De'Aaron, Buddy, and Bogey. Nobody else on this team has value. Nobody else. Okay. Eric Lee says, could you tell others just to let it all go and he will know what I mean? All-star voting looks crazy right now. KD not even a starter. Greek Coast has a big body and rebounds along with defense. Absolutely. Marvin has value. I'm sorry. And Marvin. Slipped out of my mind. That's it, though. Dang. That's tough. But, man, we got 41 people watching. Let's get the likes up, man, or the dislikes. But we need this to circulate. Come on, guys. I appreciate you guys if you guys can just like it. Also, if you guys are a first-time buyer looking to buy a house, make sure to hit our boy DeAndre Duncan on Instagram from GTC Brokerage. He will take care of you guys. He will give you the honest truth. He will be super transparent, and you will become friends because he makes his clients, he educates them, he makes them part of the family. And that's very, very important, especially when it comes to real estate and the right agent to help you buy your first home or your second or third home. If you're looking to sell your house, DeAndre Duncan is the man to hit up in Sacramento. In this area, he will take care of you guys, has a great reputation, and is a new sponsor of Cowbell Kingdom, a very good friend of ours. So definitely we appreciate his support and we expect you guys and we hope that you guys can support him. He's also doing a free workshop on the 9th of February. If you guys want more information, make sure to hit him up right now. It's DeAndre_realtor on Instagram. He will really appreciate it, and you guys can get in for free if you guys mention that you guys heard about him on the Cowbell Kingdom platforms. Not Kings related, but thoughts on Zion, how he'll do. Zion is a beast. I did a video on him earlier, about a month ago. Zion is projected to go number 1, at worst number 2, because RJ Barrett is pretty damn good. But even the third guy in Cam Reddish, he's really damn good. So either way, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. They all fit the modern game very well. It's going to be very exciting to watch these guys because they bring that athleticism, that basketball IQ, that fearlessness that we like to watch on a day-to-day basketball basis, right? Do you think Bagley has a higher ceiling than Jaren Jackson? That's tough. It's tough when you talk about ceilings. Well, I think he'll ultimately be a better player. I think Jaren Jackson will be a better player when it's all said and done. That's my opinion. That's what I said in March. When my official final big board came out, I had Luka 1, I had Jaren number 2. And if you guys go to the Bleacher Report redraft of 2018 class, they literally had what my big board said. So I had Luka, Jaren, Aiden at 3. That's how my big board came out B, and that's what the redraft would look like. Here in Reno, we still have a Bighorn banner up. Alfredo says we still have a banner up. Shout out to you, bro. I'm a University of Nevada alum. We put the Spartans on the floor last night. We destroyed them. It was a great comeback, or a way to answer the terrible loss to New Mexico at the pit. So that's how you respond. And Nevada responded in a very, very positive way. And I'm very happy. We cannot go under 10. They need to go back up to top 5, top 6. It's just a tough loss, man. But, appreciate you joining from Reno, bro. I'm trying to go up there very, very soon. And I need to go up there. We still own the 2020 pick? Yes. And how do you think teams are going to change due to the new lottery format? So the new lottery format comes into effect this year. It's kind of incentivizing teams not to tank, but at the end of the day, your odds are still very high. So if you have the worst record, you may not have 25% anymore, but you're still gonna have like 17%. So it's not a drastic drop off. It's not like, oh, if you have the worst record, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 2%, like the number 14 team would. No, if it was something like that, then it's kind of like, whoa, okay, it's different. Bucks Kings. I can't believe we lost the Suns. Brandon, LOL. Why is he not playing? Before the year, they came up with a statement. They said he's not playing because they want to play the young guys and he doesn't fit the high-paced offense. What about Andrew Wiggins? Maybe. It just depends. That's tough with him. It's tough with him because he has a massive contract, but I believe a change of scenery would help him out a lot as well. I do. I'm hoping that the Spurs fall out, man, but they keep winning games. It's just, you can never count out the Spurs, man. You just can't. Like, for whatever reason, they're winning games, and I don't understand how or why. I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge just put up 54 points tonight. So Golden One is, let me show you out real quick. So Golden One is essentially this. So that's what it looks like right now. It's empty. And people are cleaning up, getting this ready for Saturday night. Saturday night. What are the Kings playing Saturday night? Do you know?
Charlotte Hornets.
They're playing the Charlotte Hornets, a team De'Aaron Fox has never been able to beat. Which he's going to want to beat them and beat them down. Kemba Walker's a beast, though. So.
I can't wait to see my boy.
Kemba? Batum?
Small forward.
Oh, yeah, Miles Bridges. Yeah, the Spartans game was packed. That's awesome, bro. Would you take Wiggins or Porter? Upside Wiggins, Porter right now, because I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one. They both have bad contracts. But they're both talented. They're both young. Barring the major injury, one of the current top 8 teams, I don't see how it's supposed to pass. Yeah. I'll be there Saturday. Brandon Rogers will be there Saturday. Appreciate you, man. Come down. Say what's up. Section 105. I heard they are giving a prize for someone to have a sleepover in the Golden One Center. That's crazy. Hansi Hernandez. What's up, Leo? Do we just see the future with Bagley and Giles? They're just getting better together, learning how to play with each other. No homo. I mean, you don't have to say that, bro. It's just, and my dumb self just read it out like, man, like, bro, you don't have to say that extra part. Just say they're learning to play with each other. Man, you ain't gotta say the other part. It's basketball talk, man. Come on. Yeah, they played well together, albeit it was against a very deflated Detroit Pistons team, but the same time, it is a positive thing. Again, never get too high, never get too low. We saw this a lot with like Scal and Willie a couple years ago. Oh, they're the future, or the other bigs that they had. They're the future. Let's just hold off on that right now.
Papayanas is the future.
Papayanas is the future. Like we just gotta hold off on that right now.
Malachi's the future.
Malachi's the future. Justin Jackson's the future. Like, you guys got to think about
Jimmy
this.
Fredette's the future.
There are only a few teams that have 3 stars. Very few teams have 2 stars. Just think about this. Stars are so hard to come by, guys. All these guys that have potential don't pan out because this is a league of very few. Only the strong will survive, is what I'm trying to say.
Nick Stauskas is the future.
Nick Stauskas is in the future. What was his thing? Sauce Castillo. Sauce Castillo. Tapatillo is what they would call him in Mexico. He's sitting where the G-Man was sitting. I am not. I'm sitting where we sit. The G-Man sits more towards our left. Andre Drummond did not want to play tonight. You saw it. His body language is just terrible. That team is deflated. Blake did not make the trip for the exact reason. There is a lot of negative stuff going on in that locker room. You can tell. Reggie Jackson, bro, if you guys saw my tweets, Reggie Jackson takes it into the heart of the defense, shoots this wild shot with Belita on him. He flies to the floor. He puts his hands up. He stays there. His team is shuffling at this point. They're trying to guard everyone because they're playing 4-on-5. And then I think they got to stop. They come in transition. He's going back, and he's coming back. And for some reason, they give him the ball. He pulls up, bro. Like, bro, you don't play defense. He's that guy at 24-hour fitness that you just hate playing with because all they want to do is play offense and play no defense. It's just awful to watch. That stood out so much to me. It just shows how bad this team is mentally, spiritually, physically. And he's been so bad for the past 2 years with injuries and with just drama around him. And nobody wants him. That's the truth. They've been trying. They've tried to trade him, but he has a big contract, and he's the type of guy that gave people hope when he was Russell Westbrook's backup. He hasn't lived up to that, which is super unfortunate because he is really talented, but talent doesn't make it in this league. Hard work and dedication does. That right mindset does. Are you going to cover more on the Wolfpack in the future? Absolutely. So let me get this straight. Last night, Cody didn't start, right? They ended up starting Brown, and which I thought was interesting. So they kind of mixed it up after that loss. It gives the team more balance. At the end of the day, the Martin Twins are going to play the bulk of the minutes. They have to, along with Jordan Caroline. But I'm going to try to get up there in one of these games, man. Definitely going to try to get up there. How far is going from your house? It is about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Right there. Ben Keisha, what's up, brother? Any opinions on what trade the moves we should make? Again, it's always hard to say. The whole Canner deal would just be, for me, it wouldn't move the needle. I've been saying that because at the end of the day, the biggest flaw in this team is defense. And when you are ranked 28th in points allowed and you're a top 5 team offensively in points scored and you have a negative point differential, acquiring a guy who plays no defense and got benched on a really bad New York Knicks team for the exact reason tells you a lot. Yeah, the environment may not be the best and they are losing, but at the same time, he is a guy who will provide a nice scoring punch down low but that means you also have to play a different type of offense. People don't understand. They think it's 2K and, oh, I'm just gonna integrate a guy and he's gonna make me better and he's gonna rebound and he's gonna score. But for bigs, for skill bigs like him, you have to slow down. Just watch Zebo last year. The team couldn't run, and that's what's gonna happen this year if they do acquire him. It's not gonna be this flawless integration of a big. It takes time for bigs to even learn the offense. And do you guys really expect this guy to run and be the athlete that Willie is? Like, it's not going to happen. He's not Marvin Bagley. He's not Harry Giles. He's a guy that needs the ball game to slow down. You need to feed him because he's very skilled and very talented. So off the bench, yes, I would like a Cantor Bogey combo. That would be nice and skilled, but it's up to him. Is he willing to play defense and show the effort that he really hasn't shown his entire career? That's what I want to see from Enes Kanter if they do pull that trade. But at the end of the day, his age doesn't matter for the fans to say, oh, he's young. It doesn't matter. If they make the trade, it's for this year. He's an expiring deal at $18 million. He's going to come off the books, and that's all. You'll see him this year, and that's it. He's not going to get re-signed unless he puts up like some massive, crazy numbers, which I highly doubt.
All right, baby, good.
All right, my man. 36 minutes. We're going to call it a night. 39 people watch. Hit that like button, man, or hit the dislike button. Appreciate you guys and the support. Any final words, E-Man?
All the interviews are up. We got Fox, Buddy Hield, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Harry Giles. Go check them out. Also, give them dislikes or likes, comments, and shares. Gracias.
That's what I'm talking about. Hit the dislike, hit the like. It doesn't matter, guys. Appreciate you guys' support. Make sure to support the sponsors that we have now. And DeAndre Duncan, Blow Me Away, which is a cool blow dry bar in El Dorado Hills. That was flawless right there. Didn't stutter one time. And Valley Tire Center, SeatGeek. If you guys want tickets to Saturday's game, use our code Cowbell and get $20 off your purchase. If you want to go to a concert in the Bay, in Stockton, in Sacramento, Modesto, and Tracy, wherever they host events, SeatGeek has your back. Use the code Cowbell, and we get a little bit of that money as well. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next one.